to School of Dàimh Homeschooling. If you're looking to improve your session skills, learn a few tunes and a Gaelic song, then you've come to the right place. Here's how these lessons are going to work. First of all, you'll hear the guys playing through a tune, and then either Angus, Alasdair or Gabe will teach it to you. Then we'll hand over to either Ross or Yogi, who will take you through the chords. Following that, everyone will play all together at full speed. Finally, you'll hear the melody without the accompaniment so that the chord players have an opportunity to get creative and try some variations. Now, you can pause this video at any time and skip through any boring bits like this whole intro. 3 things to remember, so I hope you're paying attention. Have a great time, play like no one is listening, and like and subscribe. So, let's dive right in. Here's Alasdair and Yogi teaching Back of the Change House.
One, two, three, four. Hello and welcome to School of Dàimh. We've got a Strathspey for all of you learner divers. It's called Back of the Change House. Very popular Strathspey, Back of the Change House, Schoolin Shainse. And great tune for playing for step dancing. Also works great if you're playing for a Highland Scottish and in a session for that matter. So let's start with the first bit. Okay, that starts on an open A for all you fiddlers. Everybody else on an A. Okay, that's your first phrase. Second phrase. Okay, and again. Put the 2 together and you get. One more time. Okay, so we'll call that phrase A. That's your phrase A. Phrase B starts the same way. But you've got a slightly different bit there. So you're going from a B to a high G there. And then in the following phrase we have, and again, put the 2 phrases together and you get, so that's phrase B. Let's put the 2 together and that's the first part. Let's play through it a couple of times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now the second part. First phrase. Okay, one more time. And that's starting on an F sharp. Then, following phrase. Okay, put that together and you get one more time. Okay, that's your A phrase for the second part. Then same again. That's the start of your B phrase. Starts the same as the A phrase. And then you've got exactly the same ending. Okay, put that together so you've got the whole of our B phrase for the second part, which is okay, so let's put the whole of the B part together. So in this we've got a couple of grace notes happening there. Little strike with the flat of my third finger. And you can do a little run up at the end. Okay, let's try playing through that B part a couple of times. 2, 3, 4. For grace notes and things on the fiddle, I'm doing a little scoop up there. You can do a little scoop up there, or a little run up. It's sometimes nice to start that with a little unison. And I like to do a little double tap here. That double tap. I'm just letting the flat of my third finger bounce on the A string there. And then, as we covered in the B part, you can also do a little warble there, which is lifting up your third finger and putting it back on very quickly. Now the pipes would probably normally do a grip on that A. So that, we're just doing an open A there, but you could, to mimic the pipe's grip, you could do something like so that's just a triplet, bowed triplet on an open A, very, very quickly in between those two high A notes. It can be quite effective if you're playing along with the pipes. Anyway.
Hi there guys, we're going to have a look now at the chords for the Strathspey you did with Alasdair. the back of the change house, and it's quite a busy melody and quite a ferocious rhythm, but chordally it's quite straightforward, or it's not very busy chordally, so we maybe don't have to break it down as far as you would if you were learning the tune, or the melody, sorry. So we'll maybe just sort of break it in half. So the first wee bit would be that bit there. If we count along to that point in the tune as 8, so it would be kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, the tune is in the key of D, so that's going to be our first chord. And actually, if you're counting to 8 that way, you're playing that for the first 6. And then just at the 7 and 8, you would change to a kind of quick G. So the first section of the tune would just be like this. Okay, so that'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the second half of the first part, it's almost just as straightforward, except at the end we have 3 chords instead of the 1. Okay, so basically it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, but on your 5, 6 and 7 we're gonna go G, A and G. So the second line will be 1, 2, 3, 4, G, A, G. Okay. And yeah, so that would be the first time through the first part with just those chords. So we can maybe do it up until that point. So remember, it's D for the first 6, and then on 7 and 8 you're changing to G, back to D for 4, and then your 5, 6 and 7 is G, A and G. So we'll go for it after 2. 1, 2. Yeah, that would be the first time through. Now, when we repeat the part, the only difference is we're going to resolve the chord at the end. So it was going in. It was kind of in the end of that first time through. We kind of left it hanging on the G so that we could sort of go back into the tune. But this time we're going to go G, A and D. So just sort of, it's a definite kind of finish. So we'll try that half now. So we'll go for that after 2. 1, 2. Okay, so that would be how you resolve it after playing it the first part twice, sort of, or following the melody players playing it twice. So now we just have to put our sort of 2 halves together. Okay, so the only difference being the very last chord, and that'll be us for the first half of it. So we'll play through that. So after 2, 1, 2. there we go for the first half of Back of the Change House. I believe we'll both play it together now, me and Alasdair, and we'll do a wee slow in rhythm video so that you can play along at that tempo, and there'll also be a faster tempo with the whole band. Hi there folks, we're back for the second part, chords for the Back of the Change House. The second part's the part that goes like this. Now I really like this part because I kind of hear a walking bass line, and it's all kind of based around D, and it still kind of copies the same ending patterns as the first part. But if we were counting like we were in our first part, like 2 counts of 8 for the whole part sort of thing, it changes every 2 beats at the start. So at the start we've got a D, and then we're using D with a C sharp bass, and then a sort of D over B, and then back to the D with the C sharp. So far we've got and then instead of going back to D, we're going back to the D with the B in the bass for another 2, and then D with the C sharp for another 2, and then our same unresolved chords as the first part, G, A and G. So that first 8 count kind of sounds like this: 2 Ds, 2 C sharps, 2 Ds with a B, back to the C sharp, B, C sharp, G, A, G. So it sounds like this. Yeah, we'll do that again for practice because it is quite stretchy and difficult. So D to begin with for 2. 1, 2. Cool. So our repeat of the part is, you kind of probably guessed it, is just exactly the same, but this time the 3 chords at the end change like the first part. So it goes G, A and D. Okay, so we'll try and play our same pattern, and then it's only our last chord that changes. Okay, so after 2, 1, 2. Cool. So all that's kind of left to do is put the 2 lines together, and the only difference being the last chords. Unresolved the first time, and then resolved before you either repeat the tune or move on to whatever's next. So let's try and play that all the way through. So after 2, 1, 2. So there's our second part chords, and I believe me and Ali will do a wee slow version, and you can play along, and then there is a fast version with all of us, so you can choose where to go and come and have a wee play with us. Okay, very good, we'll catch us later.